Hello, everybody. Welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom. You have found Ventas, Relics of the Ancient, D&D live stream. My name is Brian. I will be the Dungeon Master tonight. And on the right side of the screen, up top, you'll see Carrie playing Henrik. And then down below me, you've got Crystal playing Riva. And then directly next to her, we have Melanie playing Alora. So hopefully this is not your first time watching this. If it is, don't worry. You'll get caught up after you finish watching this. You can go back and watch all the other ones. But yeah, you guys ready to just dive in?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Okay, so after appearing in the Silverbeard Casino, you did your best to remain inconspicuous while you were trying to find out where you were and how you might be able to get home. But unfortunately, it was inevitable that someone in the casino would notice you, and so you met a few new people. First, you met Duster, the head of security there, who asked you to either turn over your weapons and get to drinking or playing, or he was going to call the constables to come pick you up. I was trying to think if I called them sheriffs or not, but no, it's constables. And then you also met Madame Gale, who guided Riva to learn about what the Taroka deck might reveal for her and what's going on in her past, present, and future, and her true self. And then you even tried your luck at spinning the stiletto with Mr. Dupree. And that's when it got interesting, because as you finished your gaming, Laura and Henrik kind of looked up and noticed that there was an old friend that they noticed on the other side of the casino, and things took a different turn altogether. So after Henrik took off to follow Terrence, both of your mutual friend that you didn't know was a mutual friend at the time, out of the Silverbeard and into an alley, he was also met with another face from his past, that of Drayan Haskos. And Henrik used all of his arcane skills to cunningly evade the conflict, and after he was joined by Riva on a rooftop overlooking the alley, he witnessed both of you witnessed some disturbing details about what was going on. Meanwhile, Alora was able to secure a suite of all things in the casino, because she had, a lot of coin to spend, and she spent it. And that's given you a chance to rest and recuperate and reflect on what's happening. And so now, with an amazing breakfast being brought up to your room on 2 carts, you find yourself sitting by the fire in your suite and discussing your plans as you have a much needed meal. So we'll pick up from there. It's a quick overview of what happened last time, but let's pick up with your discussion of things and what's in your mind, what's going on, and what you might want to do next. So I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. Well, we got back obviously last night. Made sure we told Alora everything that happened. And I'm currently noshing on some strawberry stuffed waffles.
Very nice.
Nice.
Impeccable.
Yes.
Nice, fluffy but crispy waffles, strawberries inside, and a nice, believe it or not, it was a nice goat cheese filling that was a little bit tangy but sweet at the same time with the strawberries. It was really good.
Almost like a blitz.
Okay, you're making me hungry.
Yeah.
So I would imagine we're probably trying to figure out how exactly we're going to get back to Spiros, because I think that was the biggest thing that we took away from kind of like the last session last night, is that we're really on a time crunch. We don't need to be caught with this thing, or like them come after us because we're carrying something. I'm not really sure. I mean, I know I have the bag, but I'm not really sure if it can be scryed on. I mean, I know it's in a different plane, so to speak, but I don't really know what the ability of getting it tracked is. So, I'm expressing my concern to Henrik and Alora that we've got to figure out how to get back to the Beyond Star Expanse or wherever we were to see Spiros.
Yeah, so if we came from the obelisk, right? I don't know. Let's ask. Like, so we found this orb next to an obelisk, right? Does that mean all of them are next to obelisks? And if so, like, will they be able to find us quickly if they go to the other obelisk? Obviously they seem to know about them, or maybe they do, maybe they don't. But so we know Terrence is kind of like the lackey, right? He's like the guy that was kind of taking orders. Um, and then Zrisha is maybe, I don't know. Can you guys remind me who Zrisha is again?
Zrisha was the one that was the Shatter Kai, right?
Shatterkai?
Him? Yeah,
Shatter.
he was the Shatter Kai. He was kind of in charge, I believe.
He was the one we never saw, right?
Well,
And we're
one of
explaining,
them,
we're
I think he
explaining this
was the
to
one that had the opposite powers of me almost.
So there was a third guy that was
That
hidden.
walked up with a
That
gun.
was Zrisha, right?
Yeah, so just to clarify, so Zrisha was, and you don't know if Zrisha was male or female, but Zrisha was the one that wasn't seen. Crystal, the one you're referring to that had the powers that were, in your words, the opposite of yours or the dark version of yours, that was someone that Carrie actually knew before as well, and that's Drayan is his first name.
Okay, Drayan.
So I encountered these guys first a long time ago, where Terrence, Drayan, and some other people were on an expedition. One of my first expeditions when I first started out to look for these orbs. Um, and Terrence and another guy went. They tried to open it and they were injured almost immediately. And then Drayan and someone else were basically both trying to buy over an orb. It was another orb. Drayan's the one that ultimately got it and teleported away. So, Brian, was it a similar way that he teleported away this time? Like, can I assume that Drayan was the one that teleported him this most recent time?
Let's make an Arcana check to see if you can discern the difference between what happened.
I'm probably not gonna be able to discern what happened.
Would I be able to do anything? I was with him when I saw him portal away.
Sure. If you want to assist him with talking it through, I can give him advantage, or you can make a check on your own.
Okay, so I'll talk him through it. Okay, so we saw they held the orb, and then there was some shimmering, and we felt the thrum that we kind of felt before, and they popped out.
So roll with advantage then, so you get another chance. So.
It's a little better. It's 14.
Yeah, so I think that's enough that you can tell that you think it may be. Well, here's what you know. You know that what you just recently experienced were very much the same method of travel. Meaning, the way you got here and the way they left seemed to be the same type of spell or device or whatever it is. Whether it's the same as what you encountered before, you're not. It seems similar, but you're not sure because you don't remember seeing an obelisk there. It doesn't mean there wasn't one there. You just didn't see one years ago or however long ago it was for you on that initial first encounter. So it could have been that was what happened, but it may also have been a different means of transportation. But the most recent ones seem to be the same.
There wasn't an obelisk where they were at, there was there? In the
Well,
alley?
they were kind of behind
What
the
was
building.
it on the other side? Yeah, it could have been the
Okay.
other side of the building, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. So now that you think back, it looks as if like when they went out and down the alley, that would have been the opposite wall of where, or part of the building of where you guys came in. So yeah, they were right next to the obelisk.
Okay.
Well, that kind of changes things, right? Because now I'm motivated to kind of go back there as soon as I can to maybe try to catch up to him.
Well, we don't know if they teleported to that one though. They're all over the place.
I know, but I mean, what other choice? I mean,
I mean, we already were
Would you-
trying to go back anyways
Yeah,
that
that's
way
true.
as it is. So, I mean, I'm okay with trying.
yeah. I mean, the
Yeah, because
alternative.
we don't know where we'll wind up. We may
Yeah, we
just
could
pop
travel
up
by
somewhere
horse.
else.
That is true. If
Yeah.
we just roll the dice and he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys pop out in the tundra somewhere."
Exactly. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
I
But
mean,
pretty
I'm
much
willing to give it a try.
anywhere is closer than where we're at now, right, Brian? Based on the geography of what we know of the region, like we're pretty far away from.
We said
where
we're on the other side from where it was at, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's true we don't know.
You can either roll separate history checks, or you can roll somebody can help the other with advantage, but to kind of discern how far away.
I'm really good with history.
And does anybody have cartographer proficiency or anything like that?
I have
Yeah,
cartography
me and
tools.
Carrie.
Yeah.
So if you
I
have
also
Our
have
tools, yeah.
I have the Wanderer feature, excellent memory for maps and geography. I can recall general layout of terrain, settlements, features around me.
awesome.
Um,
So I would say all three of you can roll with advantage because you all have either a feature or proficiency with map making tools that would have kind of let you remember what this is like.
I got 24.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
ooh, 23.
Nice.
I rolled a natural 20.
Woohoo.
I know.
22.
Awesome. All right. So
Oh man, we really know where we're at.
you know all kinds of things.
I really love these new dice.
Oh, good.
Got my cute little
Yeah, these
turtle
new
dice.
dice. My little turtle dice are, yeah, they're
Yeah.
good.
Are those Alora's new dice? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know all the things. So you know that it's a by starlit roadway. You're about 700 miles away. If you were going to go, yeah. So you're about 700 miles by the starlit roadway. There is a chance you have heard of airships that have started, and there may be a town or a city close by that you could get an airship and travel that way. And you might be able to, depending on where the nearest city are, shave a couple hundred miles off, and it would be faster by airship. But you're looking at about 700 miles by horses. You also, and this is kind of common knowledge for you, Henrik, you also know that one of the things that the Guild Coalition did was they worked out a deal with the Athenaeum to place circles at key strategic points around in different cities. And so there are teleportation circles that can be used to travel from one circle to another. And those were established basically by law so that officials can travel safely to one place to another place. But they're very expensive to use. So just depends on your funds, how you want to get there. And again, you could, let me do this. Sorry, give me a second. So just so I'm clear. So one thing that you talked about was the now that I want to do it, it's not working. There we go. So let's say you want to go the way of the ruins. You could do Starlight Roadway, and you could also do the circles.
So Starlight Roadway are the airships.
Or the airships. That's the other one, right? So,
okay.
Sorry, the airships.
So Starlight Roadway would be horses. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, so you have that's exactly right. Yeah, planes, trains, automobiles, and Star Trek, right? So you've got
Nice.
so that's kind of, if you're going that way, you can try using the same method that you did to try to get from ruin to ruin. You could go through the Starlight Roadway and just get some horses, or Henrik has also booked travel on carts and caravans. That's how he got from where he was to the Athenaeum to begin with before you guys started. But that's still the same amount of distance. It's just amount of cost, right? Of whether you want to pay for horses or book travel in a caravan or something like that. There is plenty of transportation available, but you have not seen airships here yet. But you'd have to inquire more to see if they're somewhere around here. But given that this is a casino town, it gets a lot of visitors. So there's a lot of caravans and things like that that are likely available. It's just going to depend on, how you want to travel.
Henrik, have you ever traveled by the portals before, the teleportation portals, on business for the Athenaeum?
I don't think I have, right, Brian?
No,
Yes,
you
I
haven't. You've seen them,
Okay.
but you haven't actually used them.
Would you
Yeah.
know how much it is?
Let's see.
Would he have kind of heard somebody may be talking about
you
how
may
expensive it is.
have roll. I'll let you choose whether you want to do a history or Arcana check to see if you've
I'll
heard
aid
anything.
him if I can.
Sure. How would you
Or I'll
aid
cast
him with that?
guidance.
Guidance.
21.
Okay. 21. 21's. You get to roll the d4 too, because she did guidance.
24.
24. Okay. Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's a high cost type of thing. It's like 2,500 gold pieces a person.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
it's not a cheap way to get. And part of that is that they are controlling access by doing it that way, right? Like they're trying to limit the amount of people that have that sort of knowledge and stuff like that. Where minor magic is pretty common, the more intense and game-changing things that would make a bigger impact on society, they're trying to monitor that as much as possible so that people don't take advantage of things.
So, yeah, so we'll probably maybe try the obelisk probably first anyway, right?
Well,
So let me,
I definitely was thinking trying the obelisk first, but then having a second backup in case that's not viable.
yeah. So this Terrence guy, so when I first met them, I didn't know that Terrence and Drayan were together. So the last I saw, Drayan teleported away with an orb by himself, right? So this is kind of news to me that Terrence and Drayan are kind of on the same side, or they seem to be now. Zerisha I've never heard of before, but I know that they were checking. Look, it seems like they're basically doing the same thing we're trying to do, right? We're in a race to try to find these artifacts. Now they also mentioned that there were the third. Wait, so hold on, I'm trying to read my notes here. Someone said they'll leave when the job is done, and that there are other shadow seekers. Like they seem to imply that there are other shadow seekers in this area looking for orbs as well. Did I understand that right, Brian? Did I
You
write that
did
down
hear
right?
that, but the third for their group was showing up, and then you did see someone walk up toward the end. Was kind of whistling, and he had a rifle slung over his shoulder, and he was the one that walked down the alley. And then once he got there, is when they left.
Okay, that's in addition to Zrisha, or including?
No, it's in addition to. You never even saw Zrisha.
Yeah, so there's
So
three
this is
plus.
yeah.
Theoretically.
So three people
Okay.
you saw, one person you didn't see. You didn't get the last person's name.
Okay. And did I hear that right? That Alora, you know Terrence as well?
Yes, we were drinking buddies back in the day when I was becoming a ranger.
So I wonder if that's coincidence or not. It seems like too much to be coincidence.
I mean, she knew
Yeah, that is weird.
Spiros too, and now Terrence. So seems you guys run in the same circles and just didn't know it. Coinky dink.
So sorry, Brian. So we're doing this overnight. This is like right before we're about to go to bed. Or
This
we are
is
going-
this is you've got some rest. You're healed up. This is you having breakfast and chatting. You talked a little bit about the immediate stuff, but you guys were pretty worn out, so you got some rest. And this is you in the morning having some waffles or whatever other things that you can think of that it might have been. You're sort of VIP status with getting this suite, so they brought up some really great breakfast for you. So
Laura hooked us up.
yep.
So now
Well, in my
that-
defense, I really didn't know what the coin,
Yeah,
like I don't know
it's
about
okay.
the coin situation,
Well,
so I've got to like kind of do some research.
You
on
went big. You went big.
I could tell. Whoops.
It's okay.
I think it's great.
It worked
But
out.
yeah, so Terrence, after like we parted ways, I found out he had joined like a cult or something. So we, yeah, we're not friends anymore
Wow.
after that. Yeah.
You know what kind of cult that it was?
Do I know what kind of cult it was?
You just heard through rumors that he was hanging out with some people that were tied to some crazy cult you're not really sure. You didn't. Nothing made sense. Although now in hindsight, putting it together, this might have been it. This may have been what he was getting involved in.
Yeah, because Henrik, I'm starting to think that maybe Terrence was a spy with you guys. That he already knew them and he was working from the inside to try to get information.
Yeah, it could be. Like I mean, I remember Brian. Tell me if I'm remembering this wrong, but I think he was a decent guy. We got along with him pretty well.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, you guys were drinking buddies too. Like he would go to the pubs in town there, and he seemed to be, as far as you remember, pretty
A
on
good
the
dude.
level. And even on the way back, when you left Getica and you went back to Ventia, you didn't get any bad feel. And as a matter of fact, you all kind of entered into sort of a pact, right? So it was like he seemed to be really on the level and didn't show any signs of, unless he was a really good spy, you didn't get any sense of that. But
So maybe he was just a good guy that got pulled into something so he doesn't get killed.
Maybe there's some leverage somewhere. Maybe they
Yeah,
have
maybe
leverage
there's
over him.
yeah, exactly.
This is just Riva spitballing off of what like you and Henrik's experience or has been with him. I didn't know him, but it seems like you both had really good relationships with him. So maybe he's not all bad. Maybe there's a
Maybe.
Yeah.
reason.
Maybe.
So
Or he
yeah,
was just
so-
trying to get information out of us for some reason.
So, but now that we kind of maybe this morning realized the revelation that maybe they were on the other side of that pillar. So I guess the plan would be to go back to that pillar and see if we can transport back, right?
Yeah.
But I would say let's go back to the alleyway instead of inside
Yeah.
the casino,
Yeah,
so
agreed.
people
I
don't see us.
don't lose any more money.
Yeah, that too.
We have to remember to pick up our gear though, because it's still checked. At the
Yeah,
front.
we do got to pick up. Yeah, got to get our weapons.
I start
Yeah, so
cramming
let's
everything
do that.
back in my mouth, like I'm getting up. I'm like, get this waffles in.
so
Got a carb load.
so are you heading down
Good.
to go do that, or is there anything else that you want to do before you leave the rooms?
I give Alora back the 10 gold. I never ended up using it, so I just give it back to her because I ended up making 50 silver more than what I had.
50, so 5 gold.
No, I already had 10 gold. And so through everything I did, I ended up at the end of the night, I had, I think, 50 silver more than what I started with.
Right, which is 5 gold more than what you started with. So 50 silver would equate to 5 gold.
Okay,
Okay, well, it's
I
whatever
need
is
somebody
half
to
of a
tell
gold.
me where I find all that so I know what I'm doing with the
Well, I
money
had 10 gold
situation.
pieces. Okay, I had
Okay.
10 gold pieces. So I really should only have
So that
half
means
of
you got-
whatever gold is.
But that means you got 15 if you got 5 more, right?
It's not 5. It's whatever currency is half of 1 gold piece.
Okay,
I thought it was
so 50
five.
50
I thought it
silver.
was 5 to play, and then it was times like 1.5 or something.
Yeah, I played twice. I
Okay.
kept a record. I'll go back and look. But anyways, I ended up not dipping. I ended up not losing any of my own. I didn't make a whole lot, but I didn't lose any. But I just wanted to give you yours back because I didn't end up having to use it.
Okay, thank you. Well, you could keep it.
So just to clarify, so a gold piece is worth 10 silver pieces.
Oh, okay.
So if you
So
had
5
50
silver
silvers, that would be 5 gold.
Okay.
We're ready to move on.
Yes.
Okay, so as you walk out your door, you see that there is a chest that is right alongside the door with a note attached to it at the top, and it says, "Your key will open the chest. Your items are inside. I hope you enjoyed staying at the Silverbeard." So they basically, concierge brought your stuff up and put it there, and they didn't want to just leave it, so they locked it up, and you could use your room key to get in and get your stuff.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So they
Laura,
don't operate all night long then.
Yeah, this is different than our world casinos, that they don't run during the daytime as a casino. They actually take the time to do other things, to clean up and stuff like that. There are other casinos that may run during the day, but this is a sort of a nighttime only type of thing. Great. So you were able to collect everything, and then you head down the spiral stairs down to the floor. As you notice that at the bottom of the spiral stairs, you walked past sort of the office. This is where likely it was that Terrence had moved from when he. This is the side where he was kind of coming out, and the stairs are also adjacent to where the main office is. And as you come down the stairs, you notice that the office door is open, and you can't tell what people are saying, but there's some kind of a raised voices inside the office. People are talking back and forth, not in anger, but just sort of in shock type of thing. And then there's kind of other people that are working and just kind of like looking down as they're cleaning, as if they want to stay away from the office for a while. And then the beeline right out to the front door is wide open. So if you want to head out to the front and go around the alley, you certainly can.
Since I was about to say, since I'm like a sneaky person that nobody really sees, like I want to just kind of listen in and see what's going on.
Yeah. So are you going to move closer to the door or stay where you are and listen, or what's your tactics?
Move a little closer.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a stealth check, just to kind of be inconspicuous.
$18.
Good. So as you move a little closer to the door, once you get closer, you can hear a little bit more. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me to see what you hear inside.
25.
Ah, very good. So let's see what you hear. I haven't spoken with my boy for years. He didn't want anything to do with me or the family business. He said it was too soft for him. Said he'd be off to make his own way. I guess he met up with a couple of others who did the same. Well, it's in Basinfall, and it's less than a day's travel from here. But I thought you should know that he was a part of that group. I thank you for telling me. Then they seem to move to the other side of the room or something. They move outside of where you can hear. And then you hear sort of glasses clink as if someone's like pouring something, like they needed a drink. And that's kind of what you pick up in the short time you're there. And then you kind of, as you're looking around, you realize that staying too much longer might be a little suspicious because people are moving around and cleaning stuff. So that's about as much as you can get from there, but much more than you would have heard walking by. So that was good.
All right, now we can beeline to the door, and then I'll tell them what I heard when we get outside.
Okay.
But we clearly saw Terrence coming from that door.
It's the same side. So either he came down the stairs or he came from the office. It looks as if he wasn't coming down the stairs, just from the angle that you're seeing the stairs and coming down the stairs. It doesn't look like he was coming from the bottom of the stairs. It looks like he was coming more from where the office was, when he was carrying that bundle and walking out, which you now know was an orb. So,
does Terrence have the same accent as that dude that just talked?
I can't remember.
You heard him talk. So I was about to say you heard him talk. So I don't remember.
He's
either.
your friend.
Oh yeah.
I don't know him that well.
All right. Well, you just heard him last night.
So, I mean, should we go talk to these people? I mean, maybe they have information about why Terrence was there and maybe where he's going.
No, I don't know.
I have a feeling they're going to be like, it's none of your business. Who the hell are you? And good day. But whatever you want to do.
Okay, so if we did, how would you approach them? How would you talk to them? What would you say? We overheard you?
Yeah, exactly.
We saw some crazy characters behind the pub last night or casino?
Maybe just go all in and say, do you guys know Terrence? Do you know a guy named Terrence?
Okay.
Terrence
we could try.
Yeah, let's do it. Why can't hurt, right?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I
it
mean,
can.
I'm carrying a bag with an orb in it.
Exactly. Wait, we do have our weapons now, right? We did get our weapons. Okay, yeah. Run. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna walk up and knock on the door.
Hey, who is it?
My name is Henrik Holliston. I'm a wizard with the Athenaeum. Would you either of you perchance know a man named Terrence Keach?
So, someone a little closer to the door must be standing there because the door immediately opens. And so, what business have you here, Mr. Enric?
I am. The best way to say this.
On a mission.
Yeah, so I'm on a mission with the Athenaeum to collect a series of artifacts.
Are you here about artifact? Are you here about Basinfall then?
Yes.
Roll a deception check.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh. 10.
Oh no.
Oh,
I was trying to. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Word moves fast with those Athenaeum boys, does it? You can tell from the voice, Alora, this is not the person that was talking originally. This is another person in the room, probably a third person in the room.
Okay.
Come in. Friends of the Athenaeum are friends of mine. So he kind of like moves out of the way to let you in. Or the guy at the door does. The guy at the door, human. It looks like he's in really good shape. Probably about 6 feet tall. Short cropped, blonde hair. Not much of a beard, but sort of a little bit of growth there. He also is in a actual suit of chainmail armor, which you don't see very often. It's like in town, and he's wearing sort of a tabard over top of it, and you do recognize that one of the sleeves on the tabard has the symbol of the freelances, and so all of you kind of would know this at some level. Is the Order of the Freelance are people that aren't really signed up with any organization per se. They get registered to do their own adventuring. They kind of form their own groups. They don't really have any affiliation to a nation or anything else, but they pay a licensing fee so that they can go out and do their own exploration and their own stuff legally.
so a guild of mercenaries.
Yeah, similar mercenary, but it's not all like in the pejorative mercenary sense. Like a lot of them are really good people. It's just they don't want to be tied down by anybody, right? So and some of them are warriors, some of them are craftsmen, some of them are whatever. They're just not members of the guild coalition. They're not members of the Athenaeum. They're not members of other things, and so they kind of banded together to have some way of supporting each other. And so
nonconformists.
yeah, so you do see him sort of shuffle out of the way once the person in the office toward the end of the office is in there. You also see a very pale bluish skinned tiefling with dark almost dark gray horns that sort of spiral back and curl a little bit. She's very beautiful, and she's got sort of a purplish hue to her lips, and she's wearing it's not quite a gown, but it's more along the lines of a very formal business-like dress. If you could put a pantsuit and a dress together, that's kind of what this would look like, right? And she's not adorned with any jewelry or anything, but she seems to have an air of not regality to her, but she seems very official in what she's doing there. So, Mr. Hendrick, are you there by yourself, or who are the two behind you?
I'm gonna enter the room so they can get in.
I noticed the pointy ear. She's the one that spent all the money on the room upstairs, right? That's great. I'm very happy to hear that. So, thanks for spending.
Nice. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
it was lovely. The
We'll
breakfast this
enjoyed
morning was
it so much.
amazing.
Yes.
So you
Like,
notice
so
that
good.
so you notice that you're talking to a dwarf with a very silver beard, and he says, "I'm Quincy Hillborn, and I appreciate you being a patron of my establishment, and anything I can do to help, please let me know. You probably haven't met if you haven't been here. This is our mayor, Adelia Whiteford, and she is the mayor of Grandridge. She came to pay sort of a personal visit to me today. I'm sure all of this is not of consequence to you, so I'll leave you to your day to do whatever it is that you have planned. I hope you enjoy our town and have a wonderful time."
So about Terrence Keach.
So,
Do you
So
know
you don't know him?
the other one, and so the guy from the door kind of walks forward again, and Quincy holds up his hand. And he's like, "Bryce, let him be. I don't know a Terrence Keach. I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him in my life. So, if he's a friend of yours, hopefully he spent money here."
I asked because I believe we saw him leaving your office late yesterday in the evening.
There was no one in my office. I had it locked. There was no one here. I was upstairs.
Are you missing anything?
Can I tell if he's lying?
Roll an insight check and see what you get a feeling for.
18.
18. So you don't think he's lying. You're not 100% sure, but you really don't think he's lying. You feel like he's telling the truth about things, but you do think that he might be a little unnerved at the idea that someone might have been in his office. Like, he kind of was like, huh? Someone was in my office? Like, he doesn't believe that, but you get the feeling he's going to check the room after you guys leave. But he doesn't know who you're talking about, as far as what you can tell.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, okay, guys, like, I think he's telling the truth. Like, we should go. Let's leave them be to tend to their business.
What did the other two? How did the other two look when I brought up Terrence Keach? I'm going to ask. What about you two? Does anyone you two know Terrence Keach?
I have not heard of this Terrence before. I thought that you might be here to help the people of Basinfall, but if you're not, then whatever I can do to help you when you're in town next time, please let me know. But no, I've never heard of this man you're talking about.
Do you want me to see if he's lying?
What is it called, Brian? Basinfall?
Yeah, Basinfall is where they say or you overheard something's going on there.
Yeah. Well, if we can assist you with Basinfall, how can we do so?
Are you? I don't know what your capabilities are, but of the Athenaeum, you might be able to help. You might be exactly the person, as it's been pretty crazy what's going on there. But they say in Basinfall that there is something dark emanating from one of the towers that are there. Basinfall, are you familiar with Basinfall? Anybody
Kind
know?
of.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, are
Well,
we?
Are we? Yeah, really, are
You
we?
probably haven't heard of it.
No.
She kind of goes on to say it's one of our most important fisheries. The lake is in the center of a basin surrounded by mountains. We export many fish from that area around this small community of towns and villages, and there is a tower that has been there for eons, it seems, that no one has ever seemed to been able to investigate too much. There was some sort of puzzle keeping them out, and so but in the last several days there has been some sort of dark light emanating from the top of the tower. this violet beam of energy, and the people of the town are unnerved, and some of them keep walking towards the tower, and then they're having to be brought back home in the middle of the night. They wake up and they just wander towards the tower as if it's calling to them. And then Bryce kind of ships in. A group of freelancers went to go check it out. They're called the Ale Hounds. I hate that name. Pompous drunks. But, forgive me, Quincy, they had a few people amongst their ranks that were semi-capable. And Quincy's son, Sir Dick.
Wait, hold on. Sir, what?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Was that all one word or was that two?
One word, but he's saying it. You can tell he's saying it in a way to piss somebody off. Quincy goes, "You never could pronounce the word, my friend, and I know you're trying to irritate me to go. Cherdik. Well, I'm sorry, but the lot of them were a bunch of Sir Dicks, if you ask me. I don't like any one of them. They give us a bad name as freelancers. I just wanted you to know." And then the mayor kind of pipes back in, and she's like, "Anyway, it was Yasmin Mueller, this man Danny Rudin, and they also had, in addition to Mr. Hillborn," and she kind of looks at Bryce when she says Mr. Hillborn. They also had a tabaxi wanderer that joined recently, Ringing Bell, although she just goes by Bell or something, I take it. But all four of them went to investigate, but they haven't returned, so we are worried. This hasn't gotten any better, so we wanted to let Quincy know that his son had gone missing.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, we didn't ask to come here, but we can do some good while we're here.
Right, but I mean, we were tasked
But
with.
we really need. Yeah, we really need to get the
we're on
orb
this search.
back.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess, but what if this is another artifact and we could take back 2 instead of 1?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's pulsing and it's like Riva really feels like she has to right the balance of nature. So if it's really interrupting things and it's causing people to do all this stuff, I would feel very strongly about possibly helping these people if we could. I mean, our timeline is ours. You know, like we feel like we need to get back quick because we have this thing in our possession, but that's just a what if, scenario. So my vote is to go help them, but I'll do whatever the majority.
So my question is, are you guys talking about this in front of them?
Yeah, I'm being pretty candid about it.
Yeah, I have nothing really to hide.
They're all kind of like going back and forth.
I was about to say that we just told them about an orb. Are y'all sure we want to have this conversation in front of these people?
So as you're talking about that, you see Quincy's hand kind of reach down to the desk, and he opens a drawer and kind of looks in, and then he shuts the door, and his face kind of loses all the color in it.
Told you lost your orb to Terrence Keach. That's why I asked. Just be honest with us.
We chased him. Actually, Henrik chased him, and then I chased Henrik last night out of the establishment. And then we saw them. Then we saw them portal disappear.
So Quincy, how did you come across an orb? Was it under your possession recently? Has it been there for a long time? As you know, there's 2 different groups that are trying to hunt down these orbs. I think it's in your best interest that the Athenaeum to get.
Look, I found it when we started building the place. It was locked away in the old structure that we used when we were putting the casino together, and didn't know what it was. I thought it might be useful, or at least worth some coin. And, to be honest, I've been lucky ever since, and never really thought much about it. It just, I didn't want to let it go.
Use your precious.
All right, we'll here. Give him ours. He can have ours.
What?
Speak for yourself, sir.
I was about to say, wait a minute. We need to talk about this.
Side note, that was a Carrie joke. Just wanted to make sure everybody understood. Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of prudent to just explain kind of quickly, like what we saw last night, and then like we have real like. I hope that they can tell from our candor that we have good intentions. Like we're not. I would hate for us to be suspicious. Like under suspicion. So.
Bryce doesn't seem impressed, but he's.
Yeah, I don't care about Bryce. Whatever.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of just watching what's going on. He's not really saying anything. He nods when he hears like people talking about wanting something. He's like, all right, and he just doesn't seem to care. The mayor, on the other hand, kind of looks at Quincy like, you've been keeping something from me. And that's kind of the look on her face, like she didn't know about this. And so now it seems like, there might be another discussion that's going to be had between the two of them. Quincy kind of turns to you and he's, so, thank you for all of this wonderful information that you've provided. I would like to think about this for a while. Could you please leave the office? If you haven't had breakfast, I'll send some to you. If you have, I hope you have a wonderful day today. And
hey, would you like us to save your brother? Yes or no?
Son.
Because I'm pretty confident we can save him.
Yeah, son.
Is it a son? Okay,
Yeah.
son.
Yeah, Sir Dick.
Because we really pay attention to detail.
Sir Dick, yeah.
So he's you know where you can find Basin Fall if you think it's important.
And really quick, I know you want us to leave and all, but do you know how to engage the obelisk in there to like portal us back?
He's like looks at you like he has no idea what you're talking about.
So you have no clue what you have in your establishment?
I don't have it anymore. It was stolen.
I understand that. But however, we were on a mission. We actually were sent to investigate some of these things. We got teleported here by, I kind of vaguely point towards the area, like through the wall where the obelisk is. I said, so that lovely pillar that you have in there is actually a teleportation stone?
That where they throw the darts?
Sure.
All right.
Just
how much did you drink while you were here?
Lassie? I mean, if I drank a lot, then whatever you think, sir. Just trying to help. Might keep an extra eye on that corner of the room, though. So you don't know how to engage it, though, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. If I was a wizard, I wouldn't need to run a casino.
Okay. All right. Well, Sir Dick's father is...
Bryce, why don't you walk them out? Maybe you can give them more information. He's like, oh. All right, you come with me, you lot. And then he starts walking out the office and heading towards the front door.
I just want to ask him, what's your problem, man?
I didn't have a problem. I'm sorry if it looks that way. I just can't stand these people.
Gotcha.
The dwarf or the tiefling?
Both of them. They keep people lose all their money. They just smile after they can't go home and pay for other things they need. I'm just tired of this whole town. I hate having to come here.
Can you point us to the direction of Basinfall?
Yeah. So Basin Fall is. Hang on.
Does he seem like he's being genuine? Like he
Well,
really cares that people are being kind of swindled and.
yeah. Roll a insight check.
Oh, I don't know if I should use this one or not. It's the one that gave me the 20 last time. I'll use a different one. Crystal. Reva rolled a 3, so a 6.
Yeah, he's hard to read. It's hard
Oh.
to get a good read on him.
Meh.
But he does. He says, "Yeah, it's less than a day's travel directly to the east of. I'm sorry, directly west of here. If you take the Starlight, you'll be able to find it."
Have you been engaged by them? Are they paying you to work for them?
Who work for who?
Either of the Sir Dicks in the room in there.
Oh no, no, I don't do much work for them. I'm the auditor of this region. I'm the one that's supposed to complete the license for the freelance group. So I just knew that there was a group that went over there, and so I let the mayor know that one of the people of her town was missing, because that's what I'm supposed to do, even though he is a I don't like him either. The Hillborn are not great, but neither really were the rest, although Mueller was alright. I liked him. He was okay. And that Bell lady, she was fine. She wasn't around long enough for me to see otherwise, but Danny
fine,
and
or like
Serdek.
she was okay.
What's that?
Like fine, or was she was okay?
I mean, not my type, but if you like, tabaxi, then I'll go for it, I guess. But
Are you racist?
Cheetah tabaxi or like tiger tabaxi?
Or not racist? I guess. Well, maybe. Yeah, racist.
I'm not into she's at all, so not my type.
Ooh.
So
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And I pat Henrik on the back.
anyway,
Okay, can you show us, like, if there's people that might be going that way that we can travel with them, or that we can get some horses, or...
So there's the transport guild at the edge of town here, and that's where you can usually find you can get commissioned as a cart for yourself, or you can join a caravan. They'll be able to help you.
Okay.
But again, it's like a half day's travel by horse, so less, probably, maybe a day's travel on foot.
Okay. Thank you.
So, is the transport guild, is that also where we could hire horses if we wanted to get horses, or is it just carts and caravans?
That's where you would hire people to go take you somewhere, but there is a livery that's near there that you could buy some horses, although it just depends on what you're looking for. You actually might be better off, because, to be honest, it is mountainous. You might be better off buying some Gedecan rams and riding those instead of the horses.
Okay. Bryce, thank you for your time. Let's go. Let's rescue some people. That's what we're here for, right?
Be careful out there.
Do you guys want to see if he wants to go with us?
Sorry?
Do you guys want to see if he wants to go with us? I don't know if you'd have any interest. Would you be interested in going with us, Bryce? You seem to know the area a little bit better, and you're looking for these folks, or you're doing an audit anyways. You seem a little bored. We can give you something to do.
I'm supposed to be heading to the Mycanthian Commonwealth, but I appreciate the offer. I haven't been in the field in a long time.
Okay. You just look like you were ready for action.
I usually find some.
All right. Well, Reva pulls out a couple of little vials and kind of presses them into his hand and says, "Okay, sir. Well, thank you for your information. Thank you for your help, and I hope that you have safe travels. And I know you're bored, but we'll try to find these people." So I just give him just some. They're just like fragranced oils, like she just thinks everything's great with flowers or with perfume or something.
He reaches into his one of his pockets and he pulls out a gold coin and he pushes it back into your hand. Thank you for these. That's really nice of you.
No, I don't need any.
It's I have to complete the trade. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you. They work really nice in your hair. They also can moisturize your skin, and they smell pretty good too. So lots of nice topical uses.
That's great. Thank you very much. And he puts them in a pouch on his belt. All right. Thanks. Oh. And he just walks away, like turns and goes.
Okay.
He'll be using those on his boyfriend later.
Right?
So we're probably better off walking than you said, right? If it's mountainous, so.
Or the ram. But it's only a day's walk. I mean.
Yeah, we can walk.
How fast do we need to get there?
I mean, part of me is interested in figuring out what it's like to ride a ram. Other part of me is like, it's probably not worth it.
I know. So. Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, it depends on how expensive they are.
Expensive, that's what I was thinking too.
Does anybody have proficiency in nature?
Well, yeah.
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 If you do and you want to roll that.
16.
Okay. 15.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't.
You know? Okay. So, both of you know this. There are so Gedecan rams were kind of originally from Gedeca, but they have kind of made their way to all of the regions throughout Ventus that tend to be mountainous, and they're larger size, almost pony-sized rams. So a normal average-sized person, medium-sized person can ride them, and they are excellent. They're slower than horses when it comes to riding on just straight fairway, but when it comes to the mountains, they're amazing. They always are sure-footed. They can leap from one point to another, leap over crevices and things like that. So they're more used in mountainous regions because they are not very good on just flat land. They don't have a real purpose that way. They can't beat a horse.
Man, now you've made them sound awesome. Now I want a ram.
So if you think of, they look like.
But are we going on a straight path, or are we going in the mountains?
It's mountainous, he said.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a good question. So the roadway will take you. You could use horses, no problem on the roadway. It's just when you get to your destination, going up to get to the tower, which is located at top of one of the mountains, is going to be the challenge. So the horses might not be able to make that trek. But getting there, you'd probably be fine. So if you just use them and then you leave the horse there and then you go up the mountain on your foot, that's fine too. So, so is that the plan, or are you still checking out the obelisk, or what do you guys want to do?
How fast is the ram? How fast will it get there if we take a ram? Sorry.
You'll still make it within the day.
Half a day.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want to go see how much they cost, or y'all want to try and walk, or what are y'all thinking?
As much as I would like to have one, if we end up like portaling back, we have nowhere to put them. We're 700 miles away, so there's no way we're going to ride those things all the way back. I mean,
but wouldn't we have to ride back, like, to deliver the people we save if we save?
Not necessarily.
Or they could take the rams back for us.
They could pay us.
Well, yeah. But I thought we were doing something good here.
I mean, we are, but we don't want to lose money. I mean, I'm one to talk. I don't have a whole lot, so I don't really, I think I would like to go to Basin Fall to try to help these people and to recover whatever artifact it is. However we get there, I mean, I probably would like to walk more than get a ram, just so we can get on the road and get going.
Okay. Carrie?
And my thought regarding the obelisk is that they're already a half a day or more ahead of us. So it's probably a bigger win to try to help these people here, right? And then go back. If we can go check to see if we need to go back later. But
And recover an artifact if there's potentially an artifact. We could go back with 2 instead of 1.
yeah, but I got a moral obligation to help people. I think when we think we can, and I think my guys got pretty good confidence to be able to try to help them. So
Okay.
let's do that.
Laura, what do you think?
That's good. I'm with you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's break there, and then we will pick up with the trek and getting to the tower. The make sure I told you right. Yeah, Spear Point Tower. All right, we'll be back in 10.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and we are back. So, in the interest of time, since we are going to be heading along a well-known roadway and it's not that far of travel, what I'm going to have everybody do is roll a survival check, and looking for to see what the average is out of everybody, just to see how well it went.
I'm gonna die.
I got a
You should be
non-natural
proficient
20.
in it.
Dirty 20.
Well, I rolled a 12, but apparently I'm really good at surviving because it's a +5. So
Well, that makes sense.
17.
All right. That's all right.
I got a
Staying
6.
alive.
That's
Staying
okay.
alive.
We had enough with the other ones to offset, so we're gonna say
Thank goodness.
travel went pretty well. You left in the morning, so you're by the time you did take a couple breaks along the way just to kind of pace yourself, and so it's not yet sundown, but it's getting close. It's getting like dusk at this point, but it is a little darker because of just the shadow of the mountain, and just when you're in the mountains, when the sun goes beyond them, you just get less light. So it's a little bit dimmer. And I'm gonna say you made it there, and it was pretty much evident where you had to go because Basin Fall, the village itself is within the basin, and you're not heading down that way. You're really heading up the side of one of the trails where the mountain is. Let me switch to this view. And here's what you see. So you can see as you made your way to the top of sort of the highest peak that's overlooking the Basin Fall village, you didn't have to go up the whole mountain because we're already there about midway as you were following the Starlight Roadway. So you did go through a well-worn trail up through switchbacks and over a couple wooden bridges that were set into the mountain itself. And then what you find is there's a ruined 3-story tower that stands atop this small rise on the north side of where the mountain is. And there are some carvings on the walls and things, but you don't notice some of the same type of architecture that you saw previously. It looks different than what you have seen with some of the Donran ruins. So halfway up the sides, the walls have sort of cracked and fallen away, and the tower's uppermost floor is now exposed. And what you can see is sort of a large stone door that leads to where the first floor is. There's also a stream that kind of goes through, it's channeled through beneath the basin of this, like where you're standing, you can see like there's a stream that's going into the base of the mountain down below. And it seems to be channeling from the lake and into where the mountain is, oddly enough. But you do see a large stone door that is right there at the main entrance, and the door is pushed open toward the inside.
And how far away are we from it, did you say?
So you're probably you're right there, so probably 30 feet away from where the door is at this point. You made it to where the tower was.
Okay. So I'll approach the door. Maybe can I peek in, see anything inside it? Is it too dark to see inside from the crack?
Let's see if I did this right during the break. I had to kind of change some things on the fly, so let me see if this shows for you guys. All right, so not too bad. Let me zoom out. So yeah, so here's where the door was. Here's you guys. So you're going to kind of look in. When you look in, you can see... Oh, I'm sorry. What I didn't... This was the important part that I forgot. So as you're approaching, before you go look in, I want to make sure you got a big picture. The thing that everybody was noticing, especially now that it was getting dark outside, is there is, even at the top floor, this violet type of beam seeming out of the top of the tower, almost like a torch, like the way that it's coming up, but it's just straight up and down like a flashlight in our world, right? So but it's pulsating a little bit, and there seems to be sort of a darkness surrounding it, darker than what is in the night sky. And so you can actually see a little bit, Henrik, as you're looking through the door, of that violet light coming from within. And let me do this. So as you look through, there we go. Sorry. So you kind of see, at this floor at least, that there's the light kind of coming up through the center of the room.
Does it look similar to like the obelisk light at all?
It does look similar to. It looks similar to light that you saw flashing when. So, I'm going to have you roll an Arcana check because I want to make sure that I'm handling this right.
Guidance.
Sure, you can guide him.
25.
Add a D4. Add a D4. Yep.
26. Wah, wah.
That's all right. Every little bit, right? So you don't think it's the same as the light that maybe flashed from the obelisk when you transported or when they transported. However, it does seem to be similar to the light that you saw and the darkness surrounding it at the first ruined shrine to Melora. And it also seems, now thinking back, very similar to the flashing light that you saw as the transportation happened when Drayan first disappeared that long time ago when he had the first orb that you saw.
Okay, so this is like pure evil.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but that's a good take on it. I don't.
Okay.
So
I told you to do a good job or good idea.
So,
okay.
So
the light is illuminating the room enough that I don't need to cast light or anything.
Yeah, you have enough that you can see. Although it would always make it lighter, but you can see enough going on right now. Plus, the sun hasn't gone down completely yet, so you can still see enough that you don't need to cast light for vision's sake.
Can we see what the light is coming from? Like what's projecting the light?
You'd have to go inside.
Or well, Henrik, can you see the light? Can you see what it's doing, Henrik?
Yeah, is the door cracked or is it completely open?
It's sort of cracked, but if you want to go in, you'd be able. You'd be able to see more.
It's a door light enough I could just kind of slowly kick it open, or do I have to like push it?
It's you'd have to push it a little bit, but it's already kind of started. So
right.
yeah. So swings open. Are you going to go inside?
Is this something a foxy friend could help us with?
Sure.
Yeah, have you brought your familiar back? I still don't know what's going on with your familiar.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I did. I mentioned at the end of the last game, but that was my goal.
Yeah, I just didn't know where they are now, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he's following me. Can we just assume he's following me if I don't say anything, or do I?
Yeah. Just that's fine. I didn't know if you were going to have any use for your familiar, I guess is what I was trying to say.
Kind of scoping out the surroundings.
So he's not going in the tower. He's staying outside?
Yeah. I'm keeping him kind of like recon.
Okay. All right. So don't put him on the map?
Can you see what he sees?
Yeah, no, I don't think you need to put him on the map.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, cat. Stop it.
Are you two, or Riva and Alora, are you going in?
No. I'm standing by the door on the outside.
Okay.
I agree.
So are you going in to see where the light is? Or, well, let me tell you what you see so far. So as you enter in, you can see that there are 3 corpses lying on the floor.
Ooh,
I'm sorry?
is one a tabaxi?
One is a tabaxi. Another is a human, and another is... No, 2 humans and a tabaxi are lying on the floor. 1 male, 1 female human, and then another, and then the tabaxi, which sort of a goldenish hue to her fur. All look to be wearing sort of adventuring type clothing. They've got pouches and bags either slung about them or on the side, but they're all kind of humped over and lying on the floor at this point, dead.
They look
Can
like.
we tell how long they've been there? Oh, sorry.
He might if he wants to roll a nature check, or you guys might if you come inside. So it just depends on how much he wants to do.
Where are they in relation to the light again?
So they are sort of surrounding, not surrounding completely, but like laying. I would say they are. I got too many screens right now. They are like right in this area. Actually, let me just do this. It'll be easier. I'm going to put these on the map as markers. They're not creatures, just so we're clear. So about like that.
Okay. So I don't think that the light directly killed them based on their position. Like immediately, they didn't like walk up to the light and be like, "Oh, dead perfectly."
It doesn't appear that way, but roll a medicine check and see if you can figure out what might be the cause of death.
11.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, you're not sure if there was some type of fight. You're not sure if there was another.
Okay, so I'll just walk up and inspect one. So I'll walk up and inspect the closest one. Just keeping an eye on the light. I don't want to be like in the light or anything like that. But I'd like to get close enough to see, is it like a battle wound? Is it like a magical kind of thing?
Yep. So as you come, you see that there are wounds on them, but as you kind of come close enough to inspect, they start moving.
Oh no!
And
Dead people.
There's like a violet light that comes into their eyes, very much the same as what's coming up through the center of the room, and they start moving your way. Let's roll for initiative.
Carrie, you gonna let us know? Because I'm standing outside.
I was about to say, you're gonna have to
I
scream
guess
at
we're
us.
peeking in.
Yeah, I would say if you guys are watching,
Yeah, I was about to
you
say,
see
yeah.
this happen. So
I think, yeah, you're going to hear it. You hear some activity in there. I did not do good on my initiative.
Hot dang! I got a
I got
net 20.
Nice.
No, I got
rolled a big
26.
2. I have a 5.
all right, hang on. I'm gonna try to do something on the fly. This may not work. So
I told you that dice that rolled a 20 on earlier. It's been nothing but bad since.
Buy
It's
you some
luck has
turtles.
kinda
They're
worked
pretty
itself
good.
out. Well, you know, I had my good luck on it, so now I got to put it to the side and get another
you
one.
gotta put. Oh, I got you. Gotta voodoo another one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
no, that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna do that. All right, so we got a nat 20 with a total of what?
26.
All right. What was the next highest one we got? Anybody have 20 or more? 15 or more? 10 or more?
Oh no, guys!
Oof.
Oh
I got a 7.
I had a 5.
Oh my gosh. This is not looking good.
I'm paying for all those good rolls I had in the last game.
And then we got...
I changed my my dice out.
All right, so we have, just for order's sake, we have... This over here is just the order that we're going to be going in. So, Alora, you are up first.
Okay. Okay, just to start with, I think I'm gonna... Wait, has Henrik told us we need to come in yet?
I mean, you saw these dead bodies pop up and start moving, so it's your call.
Okay, so we saw it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start going through the door and kind of stay close to the door, but walk in and try and get within a distance that I can use my bow.
All right, so somewhere like that?
That'll work.
All right, which one are you going for?
The one closest to Henrik.
All right, let's go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, which one is that again?
So you're still rolling a 20, and then whatever it says next to your bow. So or like that's what you're adding.
And then, okay.
Yep.
And then do... No, okay.
So
10. Yeah, 10.
That hits actually. So
sweet.
Yeah, so it's kind of like this real jerky movement as it's moving towards him, and then as you pull back your bow, it hits center of the chest of the zombie. Let's go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. 8.
Nice. So that one's taken 8 damage so far, and then it just kind of keeps like it's moving forward. It's like it's not feeling the pain. It just keeps moving and moving and moving. Speaking of, since it is right there, it's making an attack on you, Henrik, and so it reaches out to try to slam you, and it rolls an 11, so I don't think 11 hits your armor class. And this guy moves. So this one is now hitting you, or trying to. And so again, it tries to just slam into you. I don't think a 12 hits your armor class, so it's just missing, and you're just too dexterous to get out of the way. This one is going after you. This one's going after you, Alora. And let's see. Does 15 hit your armor class?
Yes.
All right. And it does 4 points of damage. And you can kind of see them kind of like moving and like as they're jerking as they move towards you. And their eyes are just kind of glowing, and just like each time they move their head, they just kind of like snap to you when they start looking at you. And it is now Reva's turn.
Henrik's turn.
Sorry, Hendrick's turn. Yeah, Riva goes last.
I was thinking I had a minute to get my thoughts together.
Nope. It's Hendrick's turn.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
cast. I am going to back up a little bit to get a little bit of range, and I'm gonna cast
If you back up, it's an attack of opportunity.
because I'm flanked.
No, just because you're within 5 feet of them and they're in melee reach of you. Like you're engaged with them in combat. If you break out of that, then you attack of opportunity.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, I meant just step away, but yeah, nothing stat wise. But I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the. Which one is? I'll do Firebolt, the one that's got the arrow in it.
Okay. All right. Let's roll your. Is it an attack roll for that one?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not so good. 9.
Yeah, it hits.
It does.
Yep.
Because it's fire.
Yep. Well, no, yes, but also because its armor class is lower than 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me roll the damage here. 5.
Oof. All right. So you burn it, and it like burns right through the center of it where the arrow was, like burns a hole in the zombie's chest for 5 more points of damage. So we're down 13 on that one.
Are we going to be smelling burnt singed hair?
I think yes. It is. Just because now
Wonderful.
it's fun. Yeah. All right, and Riva, it's your turn.
Okay, so I kind of do what Alora did in opposite. I just step in and
Like that?
so let me think about that. I want to come in and I want to be at least within 60 feet or so.
You're definitely within
I mean,
60
I'm within
feet.
6. Okay. All right. So I'm going to I'm going to archer starry form.
Okay.
And
So
try to hit it with
lights hit all over the points of light of your body, and then you draw back as if you're firing a bow, right?
Yes. So I illuminate too. So
Yep.
10 feet is bright light. 10 feet past that's dim light. Let's see. I'm going to try to hit the one that is heading for Alora, or trying to get to Alora.
Okay.
With my but I can bonus action, I can turn into my archer and then fly an arrow.
Okay. So
you see Riva draw back on a mystical, shimmering arrow.
And is there an attack roll for this?
I mean, yeah, I think.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. So, when activate this form as bonus action, I can make a ranged spell attack, hurling luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet. On a hit, the attack deals 1d8 plus 3.
Right. So
Radiant.
Attack roll plus your spell attack modifier.
13 plus 5, so 18.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Yeah, and then it's a 1d8 plus 3. Okay. I rolled a 1. So 4.
All right.
4 radiant damage.
Good deal.
And that's my bonus action.
Yes.
So then I will... Has that one been hit yet? That's it right there. Okay. Then I will... gosh. I'll guiding bolt. First level guiding bolt. I guess it as well.
Okay. Is that a save?
So,
or a attack roll?
It is a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled a 17. 17 plus 5, so I definitely probably hit that.
Yep.
And then it's a 4d6.
So 4d6?
Yeah.
And you're the same
Radiant.
one that you hit before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, good. 5, 5, 4, and a 3. So 17?
All right. So that was 23 total, and so it was 17
Yes.
points of damage. And it is dead. Like, for good dead this time.
Dead.
It's really dead. It's not even mostly dead. It's really dead. Awesome.
And that's it.
And that's your turn. All right, so nice job. And let's go back up to the top of the round with Alora.
Okay, on the Dread Ambusher. Does that have to be before we roll initiative, or can I do that now?
Let me check it out. 1 second.
Okay. Because it said you add your wisdom modifier to the initiative roll, so I'm wondering.
You can give yourself a bonus to initiative rolls equal to your wisdom modifier at the start of each turn of combat. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. Last turn, if you take the attack action that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. If you take... Yeah, so this was sort of... This should have happened at the start of your... at the start
Before
of your turn.
rolled.
So
Okay.
I'm going to show you this real quick. This is just for everybody watching too. So this ability is from, she's a Gloomstalker, and this Dread Ambusher, basically what this means is each time there's a combat, you can add your wisdom modifier to whatever you roll for your initiative. So when we rolled initiative, you can also add, so whatever your wisdom score is, it says plus whatever next to it, you can add that to your initiative. So it means that you're faster to do stuff in combat. Luckily, you were first anyway, so it didn't really make and it didn't change anything for this one, but for next one, you'll know.
Okay.
And then also, this means that for the first time you do something, when you move into a room or you move wherever you're going to move, you can do an extra 10 feet of movement. And if you attack with a bow, then you get an extra 1d8 damage. So we didn't roll that, but let's go ahead and do that because you hit this guy over here. So let's roll the 1d8 damage on that one just so we can...
1d8?
Yep.
Okay. $10.
I don't think you get a bonus on this one, so it would just be an 8-sider.
Oh, okay. 7.
So it is down 20 points instead of 13. And now it's your turn to do whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that was left over from last time. So that's good. That's a good thing to know. So that extra stuff only happens on the first round of a combat. So it's sort of like saying, as a Gloomstalker Ranger, you're really good at getting in fast and doing what you got to do in the first round, surprising things, getting some extra movement, getting the advantage on like positioning, and you do a little bit of extra damage. So
okay, all right. Let's see what I get. Okay, so I got a 12.
Okay, and are you hitting that same guy or a different guy?
Different. Let's do the one that's next. Well, you know what? No, do the other one because that'll kill it and get it out of our way.
All right. Yeah, 12 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
8. 7.
7. All right. All right, so it is it goes hit with the thing, and then it hits the ground, and then starts moving and starts standing back up again.
Oh, dude, that sucks. The other one died quicker.
Yeah, almost as if this one is a new zombie.
What did you do?
Okay, so guys, I'm wondering if we should bring them out of the light. If that's why that one turned. It
could be
reanimated because it's still
of
in the light.
Yeah, it could be because of the magic too, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, my spells are magic. Your arrows are not.
Oh, not true. Good call.
Are you moving or doing anything
Medical.
else for this turn, Laura?
Yeah, let me move over out of their range.
So, this way?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. All right. And Henrik, you're right there, so that's where they're going.
Run!
Is the opposite end of the wall, is that like an elevated platform kind of?
Yeah, sorry, let me...
Looks like stairs.
Yeah, it looks like this was... so you can tell that it looks like it might have been a throne room or something. Not a throne room, but like a elevated statue, an elevated chair for like audience type thing. Like someone was speaking to a group or something like that. Sort of like a throne room setup.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna. I have a.
They both are attacking you and missed you. So now go ahead.
Forgot about my 7. So I'm gonna cast Misty Step to teleport to the top next to the throne, or next to the chair.
Got it. Boom. So the like surrounds, or the mist surrounds you, and then you appear, and some mist over there.
So that's
can we even see him?
Yes, you can.
With that light in the middle?
It's not like a solid thing. It's just light coming up. It's not like a solid thing. It's still light that you can see through. In other words, it's not like it's...
Can we tell what the light is coming from now that we're in here?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Henrik, what was your next thing?
So I get that as a free action, or a bonus action, sorry. So then I am able to cast a cantrip, right?
Yes, that's right. Since that's a bonus action spell, right? So it wasn't like some other ability. It was an actual spell that you were casting?
Correct. Yeah,
okay.
It's a bonus action.
So you can do a cantrip.
I'm going to cast another firebolt at the same one that just got reanimated again to try to shoot him away from the beam.
Okay.
Yes. 25.
Nice.
Yes. It definitely hits.
2.
Dang it.
And it goes down.
What? Nice.
Yep.
Which one's still alive? Was that the Tabaxi that was down, or?
No, the Tabaxi is already down. This is the female human.
Okay.
So, likely, if it's the right people, it is likely Yasmin Mueller.
It just went down.
No, that the ones that's still up is
Okay.
The only one left is Yasmin Mueller. Sorry, I should explain that better. All right. Anything else? Movement, Henrik?
Nope. I'm gonna sit tight right there.
All right. So. It's your turn. Sorry. It's your turn, Riva.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to hit the last one. I'm gonna hit it with my arrow again.
Okay.
Or this one, the first time. Ooh. 9?
Yep, that hits.
Oh gosh, okay. And then it's a 1d8. Ooh, I rolled 8. So 8 plus 3.
So
11?
11?
Radiant.
Got it. All right. Kind of seared into it. It's still shambling forward. And it is now your turn. If you want to make a move, or do you have another action that you're doing? That was a bonus, or that a...
That's just on... that's a... Hold on.
It's a bonus, right?
Yes, it's a bonus action.
Okay.
So, let me see. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Alora.
I'm just gonna stick with what I know and try and hit them with an arrow.
Sounds good.
So I got 8.
That hits.
Sweet. Okay. 6.
All right. Oops. Again, hits it right in the chest, and then it's starts moving, goes in the distance, and does 12 hit your armor class, Riva?
No.
Okay, so it just kind of shambled forward and tried to strike you with like a shoving attack and missed, and it is Henrik, your turn.
Nice. So I'm going to. Hey, is the light? Can I shoot through the light?
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I could try.
Or at
anyway.
least you think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna. Do I have enough space to jump down and run past the thing, kind of behind it a little bit, maybe to that middle statue?
Like here? Or here?
I can't see where you're.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Or on the other side.
Yeah, a little further on the other side. Is the floor like dusty?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's kind of the elements are getting to it a little bit because of the nature of the door being open, and there's like rubble down the side. It's some parts of it collapse and stuff. So yeah, there's some dust there.
Cool. So I want to jump down, run, and then like jump on my knees and slide across it.
Sweet.
And cast Ray of Frost on its back.
Awesome. All right, so it comes this way. You get to this area. You got your wand, or
Yep. Yeah,
and
just kind of
Ray of Frost action.
Let's see if this is going to be done. Okay. 19.
19 hits.
All right. 7.
All right, so that is 24. And we gotta roll. Whoops. And he is also down.
Mm-hmm. So when his body falls, you see me behind him. Like, yeah, I did that.
Yep. So you kind of like.
And I'm gonna be like, nice move, buddy. That was awesome.
So it's sort of like the arrow, the beam of light from the arrow that Riva unleashed, the actual arrow, and then this frost just kind of like solidifies, and he's like he falls over, and parts of him like chip away, or her, I could say, chip away as if they're frozen solid.
Sucks, but what can you do, right?
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
They attacked us first.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get up real cool, and then, hey, are you guys okay? Everybody okay?
Yeah, we're good. Nice move.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good.
I'm impressed.
Don't anybody touch the light, please.
Yeah,
So,
definitely not.
Yeah, so bodies wise, so I'm going. Can we pull their bodies like away from the light and kind of line them up? They used to be people, right? Kind of like a mini burial.
Sure.
And you guys want to like take a break for a couple minutes so I can cast detect magic on them?
Sure.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, we don't want any bad guys to get their magic items if they have anything, right? So it's up to us to take. We're the heroes by taking them. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So Brian, do we have time to like sit and I could cast that as a ritual or like a short rest?
Try whatever you'd like. You want to do short rest or, yeah, you can try whatever you'd like. So,
what do you guys think? You want to do that first, or should we kind of at least look at this little light thing that's beaming out of the floor first? Maybe check that out a little bit. What do you guys want to do?
So I'm okay with checking to see if they have anything. We've already seen them reanimate once. We don't want it to happen again. I mean, I feel like it probably won't, but if they've got something on their person, we need to.
Yeah, can we pull them out of the building? Like just actually physically?
Yeah,
pull
like
them
maybe like lean them against the wall or something.
Yeah, sure. You can kind of bring them out and then so that they're not. So you're mainly just trying to get them away from where the light was and stuff.
Yeah, maybe just lay them out, kind of put their hands across their chest, kind of deal.
Yeah.
While they're doing that,
can I go in the middle?
Can I go closer to the light while they're doing that and see if I can tell where the light's coming from?
Yeah. So as you guys are bringing them out, you can see that there's a hole, like a caved-in part of the floor. That there's a hole there, and the light is coming down from below. But you can't, like, it's one thing to stand and look through the light from the side, but looking down, it's much brighter and it's harder to see. You do notice that there are stairs going both up and down on either side of the room. So it looks like there's a floor below, and then there's a stair to the floor above. So it just depends on if you want to go down there and look. But from here, all you can tell is the beam is coming from the floor below.
Okay. No, we'll wait and do the ritual first.
So did you guys want to take a short rest while you're doing that, or a short rest is it's a minimum of an hour long, and so that's where you can kind of get some rest. You can spend hit dice if you need to try to regain some hit points, or if there's anything that you have abilities back to get short rests, you could do that as well. So it just depends on if you want to take a short rest, or do you want to just take enough time to do the spell.
How long does it take you to do the spell as a ritual? Is it 10 minutes?
Is it 10, Brian? 10 or 15? I can't remember.
Let's look.
Yeah, so I'm trying to read the spell description, but I don't see. I think we got to look up
detect
I think
magic.
it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're doing detect magic, not identify, right?
Correct.
So the duration is 10 minutes. Cast as a ritual. So.
Probably just need to see how long a ritual takes, right?
Yeah.
Ritual casting. I think it maybe says adds 10 minutes to it. So if it's a first level spell,
Oh, okay.
11 minutes is what I'm reading here.
Yep. You're right. I forgot. 100%. So yeah.
Let's take a short rest. I think I vote for a short rest. Can't hurt, right? Well, did we take any damage?
Y'all didn't. I only took 4, I think. Yeah.
Let me see. I hate to metagame this, but let me see if I get my Misty Step back after a short rest. Nope, per long rest. So, yeah, kind of 50-50. Now let's just wait for the ritual to be over.
Unless, yeah. So unless, Alora, you're saying you need one for your hit points back. So.
I mean, I'm only missing 4.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? I mean, I think I'll be
Well,
right. I'll run.
Let's see what kind of
okay.
if we get any goodies. If we don't get any goodies off these people, then we'll decide.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So you're able to cast as a ritual. You perform all the components of the spell. Are you also just searching through what they have to, or just waiting until the detect magic is open?
I don't know. I would say I'm doing detect magic first. That would be my starting point. But I would like to go through their belongings to see if they have any like sort of documentation of what they were trying to do, or
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Old pieces that we could return to their rightful owner.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Winkety wink, wink.
So yeah, so
or like we can also take back something that was theirs to let their families know, that we did find them. Wasn't the
like
outcome we wanted, but
or...
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Also, yeah, I also wanted to cut off Ringing Bell's tail as a battle trophy.
Oh,
this is going dark real fast.
Wrong.
It's academic. It's for academic purposes. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure it is.
Yeah. So sorry, Brian. Yeah. We'll do detect magic on the.
So you do detect magic. You can tell that there is a item, and you also know the school of magic, right? Through detect magic, I believe.
I should know this, but I don't. Hold on.
Pretty sure you do, but
where detect magic? Sense magic. Well, you can use action to faint aura. You learn it, yeah, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
So you are able to tell that there is something there that's giving off the transmutation school. Like you can tell there's some type of transmutation magic.
It does say that it gives a faint aura around creature or object.
Yep. So
do you need something on their person?
Yeah. So as you go through, you're able to tell that there is a wand on the Lady Mueller. That Miss Mueller that's there. She has a wand that is giving off transmutation magic.
Mueller.
And also, as you were searching through things, you found a total of about 18 gold pieces in mixed coin, mixed values, mixed mintage. And there's also a necklace that's shaped like a beetle. Although that's not giving off any magic aura. Just this necklace that looks like a beetle.
Who did that come off of?
It also came off of... oh, no, that one came off of Bell. If you can roll... If you can do an Arcana check for me, because you've done this, it might be something you're familiar with, the wand. So, let's see.
21.
Yeah, so you are familiar with this. It's a uncommon item, but it's not so rare that you aren't familiar with what it does and what it can do, the sense of magic out of it. You're pretty sure that this is a wand of mending. So the wand can cast the mending cantrip. You're not sure how many charges it has and stuff like that, but it casts the mending cantrip.
Okay, cool. Nice. So I'm going to let them know that, hey, this wand is a minor magical item. You want to put it in the bag? Riva, can you put it in your bag?
Sure.
So we'll drop it in the bag.
Yep.
Nice.
I would like to take the beetle necklace too. Maybe we can get it back to a family member.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm serious.
I know. I know. I was kidding.
Okay, what about on the guy? Did the guy have anything on him?
Just some of the money, and then just their adventuring gear, like just the gear that they have on them that is sort of mundane. Their leather armor. They've got some pouches and things like that, but nothing substantial of any value.
Okay. And how much money did we get? I'm sorry.
Total of about 18 gold pieces in mixed currency. So some of that's in silver, some of it's in gold, stuff like that, but it's worth about 18.
I kind of say to both Henrik and Alora, well, there's only 3 here, but there was supposed to be 4 in the party. I don't see a dwarf with them,
Yeah.
right?
So
the other Sir Cedric,
Wait, the
whatever
dwarf
his name was, thought that we had a tabaxi and 2 humans.
Yeah, so we have Yasmin Mueller, Ringing Bell, and did you say Danny Serdek and Mr. Hilborn are 2 different people, or they're the same people, right?
No.
Who's the third person?
So you had Yasmin Mueller is one person. She was a human female. You had Danny Rudin, who was a human male.
Rudin, got it. Okay.
You had Ringing Bell, or Bell, who was the tabaxi female. And then you had Sherdick Hilborn, who was the dwarven male.
Yeah, so
we don't see.
Yeah, you haven't seen Mr. Hilborn anywhere.
Well, I say we head downstairs and see if we can figure out where this light is coming from.
Yep. Yeah, let's do it.
Everybody heading down there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I was making notes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I didn't want to assume. So, you head down the stairwell, and you can see on. I have to change this so I can move this stuff. Sorry, guys. Give me a second.
No worries.
Okay. So, as you head down the stairs, you can see that there is a cracked stone altar that has religious iconography, and it sort of stands before a statue of Pelor, who is god of the sun, god of light, and the statue's head has been broken off. And there's a black liquid flowing from cracks in its body onto the floor. And it pools around a large black sort of spire, growing, it seems, from the center of the room. And the liquid is pooling around that spire, and it's also trickling out the side of the room. This is what seems to be emanating the light from that you saw at the top. The light seems to be coming from this dark almost, it doesn't look like stone. It looks like it grew, but it's smooth and it's shaped again like sort of a conish spire that's just like growing from the ground itself. And that's where it's like kind of giving off this, it's not even a pulse, it's just like this beam of energy going straight up. And we're gonna stop there and we'll pick up for next time.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right. Oof, you guys kept me on my toes today. So, nice job, everybody. We will pick up next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thank
We got to figure this
y'all.
thing out. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.